if he withdraws. But Leni could only benefit around like 20% or something like that. So a withdrawal of Isko will not significantly help the Robredo camp. It will more help the BBM camp. That is why I don't understand some folks are calling for Isko to withdraw if their purpose is to defeat the front runner, right? I think the better Isko does in this race, it's better for the opposition, it's better for the race to make it more competitive, among other things. So yun ang tinitingnan ko. But at the end of the day, you don't, I mean, it's like beauty queen pageant, right? No one remembers the first runner-up,
Yes.
you know?
Exactly.
And the reality is that both Leni and BBM, by far, have far more converted to first preference. And if you look at some of the others, I think Publicus Asia, among others, they're showing that the elasticity in voter preference is also diminishing significantly. So, for instance, it looks like in the Robredo and BBM camp, up to 70% are saying they're not going to change their mind. Again, I'm not taking each survey as on face value. I think we have to triangulate them. But I think there's this perception in the Isko camp is that they have so much room for improvement, while the Leni camp is hitting a ceiling. I'm not sure about that, because if you look at the Pulse Asia survey, it looks at more than 10 points that Leni can improve further from her 24 points. So she can still go up to 30 points or more. And by the way, I'm not very sure about whether it's very clear to the, when you ask a person in the survey, sinong clearly number 2, number 3 preference, I think it's much more fluid than that. As I've been arguing, I think there are a lot of folks among Generation Z who are not very invested in different camps. There are folks in Mindanao who are not very happy Sara didn't run. I think they're much softer than many people assume. So for me to dismiss that Leni is hitting her ceiling is a little bit premature, while at the same time I understand where the Isko camp is coming, because they're looking at how much potential they may have, because their ceiling might be also very high.
Yeah. Remember a few weeks back, Richard, you were here on the show when we talked about itong unity, no? Because nga, ang iniisip nila lahat is, and maybe we wrongly thought, no? Na parang, how do you defeat the number 1, BBM? Because he's so way ahead, and then, you know, ang daming daw natatakot sa isang Marcos Jr. presidency, di ba? So, of course, to do that, you need to, well, unite. Para bang sana one-on-one na lang yung labanan, di ba?
But this
now you're saying
negotiation
is
should have
no,
been
it's
done
not
a
gonna
year
happen.
ago, right?
Yeah.
And that was the point. And what's happening now is each candidate is giving a different version of what went wrong. Isko has his own version. I mean, I know what this version is. Sarah Lacson even responded to one of my tweets, arguing against that version. The Leni camp, I'm sure Barry has his own version.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, we're the adults in the room. I'm sorry to say it, because this is not how adults handle politics, just to be honest about it. I know I'm the youngest guy in this panel, but I just have to say it. I just have to say, I'm not very impressed with the level of maturity I'm saying here. Everyone is like passing the buck.
And I remember what you said a few weeks back, again, when you were on the show, di ba? You were saying, you know, dapat natapos to March. No, ano ba tayo ngayon? April. April, ano tayo ngayon?
Kaya nga sabi ko, diminishing elasticity in voter preference, that's a very important factor. I think it was 45 to 50% last month. Now it's down to 30% who may change their mind, based on some of the surveys. Again, I think it's perhaps more than that. But I'm looking at the numbers, it's not looking very encouraging. I think we're past the point on that,
Yeah, way past the point. No? So we're looking at President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. We're going to have to take a quick break.
Not
more insights from our guests. Oh, talaga.